Hello there, and welcome to a bit of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, Part 12. And of course, because this is the first episode of the new year, I'd like to wish you all a very happy new year. So in our previous episode, we were, just trying to remember the controls now, we were going to Little Chinatown to deal with the big troubles there. We're going to find Gary Golden's spy Barnabas, and hopefully get a bit more information on the Ankaran sarcophagus. And hopefully as well please our friend Prince Sebastian Lacroix and get in his good books and continue infiltrating. Now I apologise if at any point the audio is a bit funny or I have to attend the door very quickly because I've ordered some Vampire Clan books and those will help me understand the lore a bit better and I may be able to show them off. So that should be nice. So we're not going to spend too much time looking at them, you know, just sort of hold them to the camera or whatever, wave them about and go, ooh, this is a book that I bought for an RPG that I don't own. So, yeah. The books aren't going to help me in the game at all. I just like the fluff. I prefer reading books than a smartphone on the toilet. It's either that or reading the back of the bleach bottles, but never mind, eh? So, this is our lovely little Chinatown. Indeed it is little. I mean, I love the buildings. I've never actually noticed that before. In fact, something I might do before we finish our time with Vampire is perhaps go into God mode and just fly around and have a look around and see the environment. So that ought to be nice. So we need to very quickly have a look at our quest log. And what are we doing? So we're going to have a look for I Spy Barnabas. Ming Zhao at the Golden Temple. So I believe the Golden Temple is this way. I'm going to quick save. And we're going to continue. So yeah, just have a quick look around. I mean, I think the Golden Temple's there. So we're going to have a quick look around as we do. Kamikaze's and I do believe we have to go there at some point. Yes, I remember it was for the... was it for the Nosferatu network? I can't remember. It's been a few weeks since I last recorded, and I've been dying to get back into this. I couldn't wait to continue recording. A bit nervous about it, to be honest, because I don't know how else it's going to go. Because I've not really been very far into Chinatown before my previous playthrough, so I'm hoping that everything goes all right. Just getting a good old feel for the place, for the old photo memory. Or short, whatever it is, you know. I mean, as I said before, I've got a good sense of direction IRL, but is that... Oh. I see. Can I interrupt this at all? No, apparently she's going to carry on going. Good on her. Yeah, that takes some willpower or some nerve to just carry on sucking a cock while being watched. Of course, they didn't want it to be public, otherwise they wouldn't be doing it. You know, otherwise they'd be doing it in a lot more open location. I guess it's still taboo to, you know, suck cock in public. Oh well, that's life. How was everyone's Christmas and Hanukkah and all those good celebrations? I suppose it's not New Year for some people. I think I do believe the Jewish New Year started some time ago. I think the Chinese New Year as well started differently. I'm not sure. I'm very ignorant of things. I've only just been outside. I went to town earlier, and I treated myself to, I have to take my hand off the mouse for a second, Spyro the Reignited Trilogy. I will go up this way and have a look. I got myself Spyro Reignited Trilogy. I've been dying to play it, to be honest. I bought it from Game, where it was £32.99, the same price as Crash Bandicoot the Insane Trilogy. Which I found that quite strange, to be honest. It was the same price. Then again, it is Game. Their pricing isn't exactly consistent, shall we say, unless it's consistently high. I'll give it that much. Sorry, I thought I saw something that was of interest. Shit, just use potence. I really hope that's not a violation of the Masquerade. I mean, my calves and fists are thrumming with power, so I mean, maybe it would be. I mean, if you saw someone lit up like the Thunder King, wouldn't you? God, the Thunder King was awesome in WoW. Anyway, I mean, I'm not a big fan of the raid, but he was awesome. He looks cool. Now, that is honestly how a leader should look, you know. Yeah. Did we get anything nice from Father Christmas? I got cards, cash, and cocoa, or chocolate, really. I got something else beginning with C, or at least a photo of it, but from my friend Lovely Chris, which is very nice of him. He slid into my DMs, as it were. Right, enough arsing about. Let's the Red Dragon. That's a YouTuber, isn't it? Yes, and that was quite nice. So yes. Speaking of Lovely Chris, I would very much like to do the next game for not a bit of Vampire the Masquerade, and that would be Dragon Age Origins. But I mean, really, once I get to the point where I meet Zavran, that's kind of where I think a lot of the sort of appeal of doing a sort of series on that kind of dies down. Oh, now this is Ming Zhao, I do believe. I can't remember the button to talk to. I think it's E. Let's find out. I hope it's not attack. Okay. Where are my fucking headphones? There they are. So yes. And yes, the reason why I mentioned Dragon Age and Zavran is because he changed my perceptions of my friend Lovely Chris. I became quite knowledgeable of a lot of things in life. I'm going to plug the headphones in. It might actually send me back to the desktop. Actually, but no, fuck it. I'm not going to plug the headphones in. Because if it boots me back to the desktop, it might end up stop recording. Because I don't know if this is set on desktop recording. Let me find out. I don't know if this is showing, actually. I've got a GeForce up. Nope, not there. Fuck it, never mind. Let's get out of this. All right. Sorry. Right. What should I go for? Do I want to violate do I really want to violate relations between the Camarilla and the actually, then again, they did actually say that they could take Santa Monica. They insulted Santa Monica. No, that won't do. I think I'm going to tell her that we killed one of her spies. Or dispatched one of your operatives, yes. It is of little consequence. Gotta admit, they've got some... they have some pride. Now, we're going to learn a bit about the Kuai-Jin. I do apologise if I'm mispronouncing the name there. But yeah, we're going to tell me a bit more about your people. I don't know what a misnomer is. Is it like a female gnome or something? A misnomer? No. I'm going to go for 3 again. The second breath? Interesting. For a purpose. Got a lot of nerve, insulting kindred like that. You're saying we're nothing alike? I like the makeup and stuff. Very intriguing. Some lowly blood-licking dog. I'm pretty sure that's a Motorhead lyric. How do you attain this existence? Oh, shit, I forgot to set the timer. Interesting. Okay. Not 55 hours. Right. Sorry about that. Right. So they don't choose to become this, they embrace a second breath, but they are supernatural and they're not really vampires as such. So supernatural beings. Okay, fine. I was about to say I'm going to call them Asian vampires anyway, or Kwaishin, but still. Interesting. I quite like this idea, actually, that it actually, for some reason, this is taking me back to the spirits. I mean, this is quite elite, but it takes me back to the spirits of Divinity 2 Ego Dragonis, wherein the spirits will remain on the planet until they find a purpose, and some of them usually just immediately go to the Hall of Echoes. I think it's called that in Divinity 2. Anyway, they ascend, basically. But here, these creatures, I don't think they can really die as such until they found their purpose, or that's their goal, that they will not die until they've found their purpose. Okay. Okay. So it's more of a gift. Transcending out of this bullshit. So Gehenna is the sort of vampiric apocalypse. The idea that the antediluvians will wash the world in a tide of blood. Also, they believe. I think I failed diplomacy when I said that we killed one of our brethren. But this is just taking the piss now. Right, okay. Share my boot with your ass. I mean, what is my true purpose? I mean, I wasn't embraced for a purpose as far as I'm aware. I was just embraced because my sire thought it was a good idea to have a vampire. Kin thing. I don't fucking know. Do you know the true history of the kindred? I suppose you know everyone's true purpose. We should stop insulting kindred. Your heart will be a meaty remnant. So they don't want us to find the sarcophagus, okay. The Great Nosferatu. I mean, you sound surprised that the Nosferatu would actually lose contact with someone. They are like the sort of stealthiest of the bunch, because they have to be. They're ostracized and spurned even by other vampire clans. Thank you. I have to give this to Vampire, and it's something I don't entirely understand, It's that everyone talks a big game, but at the end of the day, they are all like, oh, and have a nice day, won't you? You know? It's like, oh yes, I give you permission to walk in my realm, but know that I will destroy you at the slightest slight against me. Oh, and don't forget, may you find the path that you seek. Okay, I don't know why it just looked prominent there. It looks different to most NPCs. It reminds me of Benny from Fallout New Vegas. Which I do hope to do a video, well, not a video as such, but a bit of. Okay, right. So I don't think we've got any news on what was just happening over there. No, so they ran down that way, but I'm sure that's got to do with something here. So we're going to go to the Red Dragon, and we're going to have a look at information on Barabas. So we need to find Mr. Wong Ho. I have to say, I do enjoy the aesthetic. A very nice location. Can we talk to anyone here? Could actually do with a spot of blood. I think I'll go for option 1. 50 years. Maybe we're blind and senile enough to say yes. Okay. Is there anything in the toilet? Eddie? I think it's time. We go to the toilet. Wait, what? No more Yankee my wanky. The Fanga need food. Yeah. Okay. Speaking of wanky, Anthem has released 15 minutes of gameplay, which, well, looked okay, I guess. I mean, it looks... Okay, where's the elevator? Ah, there. Oh, yes, because there's the button there. Deadly crash. Yeah, so Anthem recently had shown some gameplay. It looks okay. I mean, like, people are sort of saying it looks like Iron Man. You're in a sort of metal suit and you fly around and you shoot things. And that's really all it's got going for it. I must admit, I do like the look of it, but it's a tampon. It's a handkerchief for which I wipe my nose on and flush down the toilet. It's just disposable at that point, and that's how I sort of treat AAA games. But then they treat me like that, so it's it's a mutual disrespect, as it were. Tong. Oh no, sorry, I'm thinking of Bertram Tung. Sorry. This might not be the best time, but Ming Zhao has sent me to talk to you. Yeah, you're right, pal. But yeah, I mean, Anthem looks great. But I know what's coming. It's going to be it's 60 quid for Warframe, but less. I mean, the one thing I didn't like about the gameplay look is the controls look really clunky. It's like the characters move so slowly. I mean, the flight is amazing. You're working on another axis, but doesn't that mean more work for the developers to make fights interesting? I mean, by virtue of having flight, the encounters have to be even worse, surely. They have to be so bog standard. Oh, right, the Tonga gang, okay. Then again, there's Space Sims and whatnot. I remember playing Project Sylpheed many years ago on the Xbox 360. That was quite fun, and that was a sort of space combat game. So, It might work. It might do, but then again, this is Anthem. This is by EA and BioWare. I don't really trust them to do, another axis of combat. So well, that makes Mama angry. I think if you're a bloke, you actually do say that makes Daddy angry. I'm not sure. It might even depend on your clan. I don't know what it is with the disappearing phones. So better call the coroner. Alright. I remember this. This is going to be quite fun, I think. I mean, I can sneak all the way through, but it will end in violence. Unless I wonder... See, I don't know if the patch has fixed this, but basically what I did is snuck all the way through, rescued the daughter, and then, we better just check for loot. And then what happened was, it's like she was constantly taking damage from all these people, but like she wasn't dying, she was invulnerable. So I was sneaking along because the enemy didn't detect me, but she was walking along just getting shot all the time. And it succeeded, so that was good. Anyway, back to Anthem, because I really do need to stick to a single point at a time. Oh, sorry about that, I don't know what I did there. Yes, Anthem. Looks like a good game, but it's £60 for Warframe, which looks way more agile, way more flashy, without being too overwhelming. Like I think they really are going to have to turn down the screen effects, because I couldn't really see much of anything that was going on. It didn't really seem to be much adversity either. Not very much threat from enemies. I mean, I know they want to show themselves being good, but they can still do that and have difficult encounters. I mean, like in Warframe, even though you've got these really fancy moves and you're cutting things down, enemies can still pose a challenge. You could still show me World of Warcraft footage of a class being super powerful, and still still sometimes struggling to survive. I mean, that's raiding essentially, like characters being really powerful and then against a massive boss. But enemies just seem really weak. I mean, that is just one mission of gameplay, but even then, like the mission types weren't, the sort of mission itself wasn't very interesting, and I got a feeling it's going to be like that for the entire game. Now this is the front door to the Lotus Blossom. I wonder if there's a different way in, possibly a sewer. This door might be a back door into it. Let's have a look. Quick save. And we'll go in. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I really would like to get it, but I don't have any hopes at all for it. I think it spells the end of BioWare. But I mean, I've already talked about that before and saying that I do hope that they go on to do bigger and better things. But I just can't be sure. But yeah, I do wish them the best of luck with it. I just wonder if there's going to be DLCs, microtransactions, loot boxes, or anything like that. Okay. There's nothing in there, so I'm wondering if I have to deposit something. Well, I shan't be doing that just yet. Nice. Mosey on down. I could leave him. I don't know if I'll be able to feed on him properly. There. No door there, okay. I mean, it's just one more motherfucker to punch, isn't it? Which is always nice. I've been looking forward to the melee combat in this. I mean, I've been loving Divinity recently, but Christ almighty, I need to punch a motherfucker, and fast. But I like to sneak around. I like to be sneaky deaky. Right, so this is the front door there. So I think I want to go upstairs, I'm not sure. I apologise for the flashing light there. I haven't got epilepsy, but it's just fucking annoying. There's someone coming. Okay. Shit. Used 2 stacks of blood buff. Oh! Well, that was nice and easy. I'm gonna have a quick look around. Anything that we can loot? I've just said no, I'm not. Okay. Right, come on. It was quite strange of me to be so rude then. I was a bit... I want to say out of character, but actually I think that's one of the few times I've actually been in character, because I want my brouhaha to be a bit more... I don't know what the word is, not streetwise, but definitely more... not even casual, but I don't know. I don't know what the word is really, but still, never mind. Now, I've noticed that she's not following me. I hope she's going to be alright. I think as long as I just talk to her there, she's fine. Oh. Let's get ourselves out of here. But yes, Anthem, I mean, I want to get it, but I mean, not for 60 quid, you know? It's like, and not after Destiny 1 and 2. Like, I've already bought Destiny 1 and 2, and I got the second one for free on Battle.net. If ever I fancy another disposable waste of time, I say waste of time. It's not even. It's not that. It's tofu. It's like it's a sponge for flavor. It's something to, you know, when you want something really bland and unnecessary, or you know, just it's fast food. I think that's the best way to put it. It's like it's fast food. But I don't really want to be paying 60 quid for fast food. You know, I like to pay my 12 quid at my local takeaway for my kebab and my garlic bread and my chips and my burgers and all that stuff. And sometimes a popcorn chicken if they do them there. Not all at once, but yeah. I mean, there's only so many games like Divinity. There's only so many games like Divinity Original Sin 2 that can really sort of eat up all my time like they do. Like, I'm playing it like a casual affair like Anthem, and yet it's got more depth than I think any other RPG I've ever played. I mean, it is... Is this elevator going up? God, you prick. Right. Sorry, I'm just reading the dialogue in the top left corner. Sounds like the Vicar of Dibley. There she is. There's Kiki. Right. Anyway, so the daughter is saved. You now speak to the gentleman. No, thank you. It's the first time I've had a compliment in Chinatown. I don't think this guy knows that I'm kindred, though. He's a night owl, kind of pays to withdraw. He's probably got a mean complexion problem. Another Zal. Right, okay. Now, I think this is where things might get a bit violent. I certainly hope so. Thank you, I appreciate it. Kiki, want to tell me anything? Oh, for fuck's sake, no, never mind. Alright. Ta-ta, Kiki. Kiki used to be a character in Hector's house, which used to watch with a mate. Oh dear. More just because it was fucking stupid than anything, but still. Yeah. So we are now going to meet Gentleman called Zhao and find out where Barabas is. Trying to remember. I think the warehouse is around this way. We've got directions back there if we need to find them. So yeah. As I was saying with Divinity, I have no qualms with saying that it is my absolute favourite RPG of all time. Ah, she's done with him now, I see. Any loot left behind, perhaps? Not even a Johnny? No, never mind. Oh, well. Ah, the Zhao's imports. I'm assuming this is Mr. Zhao's warehouse. I'd like to have a nice look around again. Actually, I've just noticed that sewer entrance and thought, that's not a bad idea. I do think that Chinatown would be quite hard for a Nosferatu to navigate without the sewers. Very easy detection risk. Yeah, sorry, I'm normally not the kind of person who makes just like an assertive claim like, yes, Divinity is without a shadow of a doubt my favourite RPG of all time, but I've never seen an RPG that has so much respect for the player's time or choices made early on. Every single like sort of skill gets fair representation. Like your race is often used as a dialogue option. Your profession or past, your skills. You can use strength, wits, intelligence, all this kind of stuff. In persuasion checks and whatnot. It's very good. Right, okay, so the Tong have just invaded. Time to punch, motherfuckers! Oh, this is so good. I mean, as fun as Aerithurge is in Divinity, you just can't beat a bit of punching a motherfucker! Oh shit, he killed him. I wanted someone to feed on. There may be more yet. I hope so, because I'm going to need it. This reminds me I must buy Yakuza 0. I've never played a Yakuza game, but I'm told they're very good, so I may have to buy this. I may have to buy it. It's on Chrono GG, so I might have to buy that before, in between the next parts. And then, yeah, I could say that's done. And then, continue on. Oh, shit. Right, presence, potence. That'll do me nicely. So, get here. I haven't noticed any brass knuckle weapons yet, or anything like that. I'm certain there was something like that in the game. I could just be thinking of Fallout, though, because there's been a lot of stuff going on with Fallout 76 recently. Yet another game that I sort of view as a snotty hanky. It's there. The only reason why I want to play it is just basically to fill time between other games. I mean, I would say that's, without having played it, and I'm going to be fair to it and say that much. Without having played it, I would honestly say that maybe Fallout 76 is the worst game I've seen of 2018. Not even in terms of the gameplay, but because of like the leaking of details. Sorry, I find that, yeah, that's quite amusing. The textures. Anyway, the Mark 10 doesn't appear as though I can pick it up because I think I've already got one. Guns. Yep. Okay. Anything at all? Anything I can use? Is Mr. Zhao still alive? I've got to check on him. Seems to have run away or died, but I've now got a Colt Anaconda. Oh, nothing there. I do believe I saw a bottle of pills earlier that I've probably just thrown all over the place. But yeah, it's like not in terms of the gameplay, sorry, but in things like leaking customer details. Like, I would be fucking terrified if Bethesda had done something like that to me. So I can understand the concern that people would have. I mean, that's what I'm sort of looking at now, not just practices that piss me off, but like companies being actually shit and possibly even dangerous. Like Konami for me is one of the worst publishers on the planet because of how they treat their employees. Warner Brothers with how they treated the charity DLC of Michael Forgy. Not sure if you guys know this, but I'd given 10 times the worth of the DLC to the Forgy family during the fundraiser that they had, because my purchase of the DLC would have gone straight to Warner Brothers and not to the family. And I said I'd rather give 10 times the amount directly to them, and an additional tip to the charity organizer, the fundraiser. The fundraiser site. All right, yeah, and then give a tenth of that money to rather give all the money to Warner Brothers, because I just think it was ill-timed and poorly dealt with. You know, I think they really should have spent more time thinking about it before. Okay, save again. Before they did that, so yeah, they handle the whole nylon bag thing incredibly poorly as well. Again, they wouldn't have told anyone about this were they not called out on it, I'm certain. And the Nuka-Cola rum as well. People bought it thinking it was going to be in a glass bottle because of the promo videos, when screenshots were different. So yeah, I will sort of defend Blizzard and say Bethesda and say, okay, maybe the screenshots show that the videos are like purely marketing. I think it is a glass bottle inside the case, but it's a very small one. But even then, I'm told like the rum isn't very good, and I would expect better. Oh, hang on, I don't think I think something's supposed to happen here and I haven't triggered it. And you better do this without a big commotion. Okay. Right. Shit. I can't put this up because this is a main quest, so I might be able to fall down without being noticed by the guards. Okay. Ah, shit. No, right, okay. No, don't save. Reload the save. So yeah, the idea is he was supposed to be talking to someone on the TV screen. But that didn't happen. Anyway, so, where was I with Fallout 76? Bethesda... Oh, yeah. It's like, yeah, the Nuka Dark rum. I mean, I'm told that it's not even that great a rum. I mean, I've got like a Motorhead beer in like quite a large tin. In fact, for the last episode of this, I might actually crack that out. I mean, I bought it like, Christ, I think I bought it in 2017, so it's probably still not good. But it came in like a pint glass. It comes with a nice glass bottle in a tin, and it's a rather large tin. Right, okay, so I was supposed to get up there without a large commotion. That didn't work. I'm going to try another threat to see if I can get him to move his ass. Have I just gone in through the back door? Right, no, that's violence. So, I'm going to try again. I'd see if this works. But yeah, even then, like, that Motorhead beer that I bought was like £15, I think, and I bought it really just for the tin. But even then, the glass bottle and the pint glass it comes in is quite nice. And I don't even drink either, so $75 for a very coconutty rum? No, I wouldn't be paying that. I mean, I'd have to be a mega fan of Fallout to buy that. And even then, I don't know how easy it is to just pour it out and wash the glass out. Then again, for $75, you don't exactly want to be pouring out, would you? You'd want to acquire the taste for rum. Oh, it's... Yeah. Right, that's making me dizzy. I'm going to stop that. Right, okay, so... oh, I better just check the toilet. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, well, I tried. And women, unisex toilets are very good. The DJ is having the time of his life there. I suppose I can order a drink, not that I can drink it anyway. In fact, I do believe that the Kaijin, they can actually drink and eat without throwing up. I think that's the torture of the Toreador, that they live for the arts. They're the most in tune with humans, and they can't stand the fact that they can't sort of drink alcohol. They can't eat a fine food. So yeah. But yeah, I really do think that Bethesda's is on the shit list for what happened in 2018 with all that stuff. I mean, it's not just about microtransactions. Oh. It's actually about, you know, people's lives possibly being in danger with those details being out. I mean, perhaps that's overly dramatic. Maybe killing this guy will make the quest trigger and carry on. Ah, shit, he's up there. Ah, here we are. Right, so so basically Johnny there was speaking to this guy on the TV, but he wasn't appearing, and you could actually try and do a persuasion check to get this guy to to spill the beans on Barabbas, but eventually would turn on you and fight, or his head would explode or something. I can't remember what happened exactly. I forget the name of this guy's name actually. The Mandarin. I mean, I just don't know how a game can be as consistently bad as Fallout 76 and make it to anyone's Game of the Year list. But, you know, I mean, honestly, as a looter shooter, the game itself, I would say it's like average from what I've seen. But I can't imagine it being any better than Fallout 4. See if I can sneak past these two gentlemen. Ah, shit. Well, we tried. But now we've got to punch motherfuckers and get our way out. I better drain someone as well, actually. In fact, this might be a violation of the Masquerade if people are seeing it. I'm probably going to lose humanity for killing civilians as well, so I might want to be a bit careful with that. Okay, now all the textures are fucking up. It wasn't just the blood, it's a blood meter. Use a bit of presence to weaken everyone. But yeah, I apologise as well if I seem to be picking on Fallout 76. Not that you know publishers need anyone to defend them or anything. They are massive corporations that get paid a lot of money to fuck developers over. So yeah, but sorry, yeah, yes, I am trying to cut down on my ranting. I had to make a new Twitter. I had the one Johnbonne, if I didn't mention it before. Try and cut down on that on the porn accounts, but still. Sorry, following porn accounts, that is. I don't have 1,000,001 porn accounts. That it's not me who's distributing the hentai on Twitter. I didn't know if that was a tongue at first. I thought it was just some hippie with a ponytail who decided he wanted to be a hero. Interesting that my inventory is full. I've never had that message before. Never knew that your inventory could be full. If you insist. What should we drop? I mean, it's full, but we've got all this space here. How much cash have I got? Oh, plenty of cash. Melee ability, okay. Oh, so it tells me what skills I need to read the book. I need a finance ability of at least 2 to understand that book. I know these books sell for quite a bit, so I'll drop the car stereo. You should have had the skill to use the bloody thing. So it's not a weapon. So I'm wondering if it's a quest item that may have been added in the patch. I'll drop that book because we don't need that. That's from the Ocean House with the ghost and the haunting. Pearl of Dubai. Gives a boost to my charisma. Okay. Speaking of which, I could actually do with spending some experience. So we really do need to start thinking about the end game now. I said this before. So we don't need seduction skill as much. We don't need finance or investigation or scholarship. We need to be able to sneak in and out of places and deal a lot of damage when that fails. Subterfuge is the ability to discover... No, I don't need subterfuge, right. It affects a seduction skill, which is helpful, but I don't need it. I've got 24 experience to spend. No Masquerade violations. Humanity is surprisingly high. I'm going to spend a bit on... If I can't spend it on... It's too expensive to spend on those two. I mean, it'd be good to max them both out, but I don't really need to do that just yet. Dexterity... it cost me 8 to upgrade my security. 12. Affects my sneak skill. No, I want to up my strength. I want to do more damage. Right, okay. Determines your character's ability to avoid taking damage in all forms of combat. Dodge increases combat defense. Right, I'm going to have to go for dodge. Unless there's something else I can go for. Not particularly, no. No. We'll stick with that. I shall do a quick save as well. I shall get my ass out of there. So yeah, but yes, a game of 2018. I haven't really played many games of 2018 that were made in 2018. I'm trying to think. The only thing that I can think of is like Meow Motors, a kart racer that I really would like to do a review of. It was an early access, but didn't really need to be an early access as such. Okay. It didn't really need to be an early access. It didn't spend a lot of time there, and you only really saw like 2 patches while it was. Dev communication wasn't great, but I like that logo. It was okay. In fact, isn't that the old World of Darkness logo? They had a sort of oblong globe, and it had like the World of Darkness on it. The text to the World of Darkness. This is nice. I like that a lot. Check the other room as well. Never know where we might find some loot. I might have to speed this up if I'm honest, because we are coming up to the end of the first part. I don't know the password. Ah, shit, I don't know what I do with old passwords, if I need them. I don't think I need them for this. I may need them if we do some side quests in Chinatown later. I'm pretty sure this is breaking some kind of health and safety regulation. And at least have a railing around it or whatever, so people can hold on and not fall through and get their legs stuck through there or whatever. Sorry, just quick saving. Oh Christ, that's bit bright. Right, we've got 10 minutes. Should be able to find Barabbas by then. I hope the audio is playing, because that had hidden quite a few of the subtitles there. So basically, we are in an experiment, and the Mandarin wants to test us in various ways. So I think these things are going to burn us and do massive damage. I hate the fucking platforming here, so I'm going to try and just run through it. So yeah, game of 2018, if it wasn't Meow Motors that spent some time in early access, I would say it was, but I watched those because they're bladed weapons, Spyro Reignited Trilogy, without having played it yet. I mean, honestly, I can't help but feel weird, because it's just a video game. It's not a game as a service. It's not filled with microtransactions. It's not there to make a fuck ton of money. It's just because people wanted it, and it's fun. Remember when you could play a video game and it was just fun? I can't. It's like that meme that came out recently. Steel is heavier than feathers. Like, what weighs more, 1 kilogram of steel or 1 kilogram of feathers? Well, they both weigh the same because they're both a kilogram. Oh yeah, so this had held up a crucifix to us. Clearly hasn't spared him. So we're gonna can't feed on him, I don't think. What a pity. I don't know what's going on with his gloves either. Well, I'll just shoot him in the head. Oh, I lost humanity for that. Interesting. I've been watching Twin Cities by Night, and the storyteller there actually. I've only just started watching the one that was from 2 years ago, so it might be a bit old. Oh, hang on, right. Alright, oh, hang on. Might help if I actually went into melee. There we go, that's much better. Right. And like, there were like so many, not humanity checks as such, but like the storyteller was like, yeah, well, I'm not going to take away humanity for that and things like that. It's like, for the slightest thing, like if you picked up drugs, if you like, just treated someone poorly, or anything like that. I was thinking, like, how much, like, you've got to play it very carefully. And I suppose maybe that, I don't know if that's because of the RPG, or if that's because of how the storyteller was running their campaign. But they just seem to be very liberal with the humanity checks, which is fine. And I don't know, maybe it'll change later on. The players there, I think, were somewhat new. I must admit, I'm only watching the second episode. But yeah, they are currently in a bit of an engagement mood. So they are vampires who are sort of right now pretending to be investigators and whatnot, and trying to find out what's going on with a murder that's or a series of murders that are violating the Masquerade. Right, we can be in this room for this. Just got to shoot these things up here, I think. I think it's those, anyway. Got to stop those electric shocks, though. Was it up there? I can't remember what it was, but you got to do something to him. There we are. Right. I'm not using that gun, it's a bit weak. Let's... You know what? For shits and giggles, let's use the submachine gun. There, that's puzzles for you. You see, Duke Nukem Forever, your Valve puzzles joke doesn't work because Vampire's already done it, like, for like multiple rooms now. Oh, now this one's going to be joyous, I think. You may have just seen what trial comes next. Will be a trial by fire. We don't have grenades, I don't think. Yes, thank you for the crosshair there. The bullseye. There we go. Only took minimal fire damage. We've survived the Mandarin's experiments. And now we get to go fucking mental. Oh, shit. Just check. There's nothing else that's going to explode in my face, isn't there? Good, right? Do a quick run by. Nice. And, God, this... I need my headphones plugged in. But I can't because otherwise it might just cut out the audio of the recording as well. My PC's weird like that. No, I'm weird. It always happens to me. Right. I've just gone into frenzy because of course I have. And I'm just stuck there. This isn't too bad, to be honest. This frenzy isn't too bad. Right, that was good, wasn't it? Can I feed? No, I can't. Oh well. There we go. Apparently I've got 0 health. I've just got a smidgen of health anyway. I can blood heal, but just slightly. Well, I think I'm going to have to go into melee mode, as dangerous as it is. This guy's going to try and punch me in it. No, maybe not. Right. Okay, so we're just going to drain this guy, get some blood, make sure we don't frenzy, and we get to heal up a bit as well. So let's move. So, hang on. No. No, I want fists. I specialise in fists. You can see the rooms and the different chambers here. Very good. So I think we'll just be killing the Mandarin. And... how strange. We'll be killing the Mandarin. And then I think I'll call it there. And in part 13, I should say, we will continue. And hopefully the... oh, shit. The fucking hell. Right. See if this does any good. I'm going to punch in the other way, make sure I don't kill that civilian there. We've just found the eternal motion engine. Like, this will ensure that we have, for generations, endless energy. We've solved the world's energy crisis. The Mandarin is the answer. We'll have to punch motherfuckers for eternity. Well, at least, and they'll spin around for eternity. Oh shit! I'm gonna right. Okay. Ah, fuck it. No. Guns, right. There we go. I must admit that was a lot more interesting than if we were to do this normally or properly. Right. Barabbas Selkie, okay. I don't know if that's the guy I've just drained. I'd rather not have to kill anyone else unnecessarily. So yes, so we can see Barabbas here. So in part 13, we will be continuing our exploits in Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. We'll be freeing Barabbas and hopefully putting an end to this charade with whatever the charade is, and I don't know. Right, thank you ever so much for watching. You take care, and I'll see you later. Ta-ta for now.